Look upon me, and you see death incarnate, the unmaker of worlds.
I see the hollow metal shell of a once great ally, and the precious gift of the Titans wasted.
Then witness my new gifts, bestowed by this world's true masters!
Neltharion, look at yourself. Misshapen, twisted, you're coming apart!
Just as all life ends in death, all order must end in chaos! Come, embrace the inevitable, as I have!
Greetings and citations, everyone. The leader of the Black Dragonflight went by many names in his life. Aspect of Death, the Destroyer, Zaxxas, and, of course, Deathwing. Boy, that's a lot of names. But he had once gone by the name Neltharion in his life, and was a true ally and friend to other dragons and dragon aspects once. Yes, today my friends will be discussing very briefly the true tragedy of Neltharion, as I believe few truly realize just how poor of a life the Black Dragon aspect had it. I realize that the very, very, very recent and very well-made Legacies has been going over a bit of Deathwing's origins, but I felt as if it left out a lot. Very. Though, at the time of this writing, we still have yet to see the very third one just yet, which I hope touches on this side of Neltharion some more. His more kind side. Neltharion was not turned bad by regular or even usual means. It was not something he truly had a choice in. While characters like Garrosh or Arthas Menethil had multiple or several opportunities to stray from their dark roads that they were walking on, Neltharion was truly unable to step off from his dark path. When you look at Deathwing, you see this big metal monstrosity with his only purpose and intention is to basically break apart the world and unleash the dark beings from inside it. But he is actually so much more than just a tool, or at least wasn't always like that. At the beginning of it all, as a proto-dragon, Neltharion was a bit brash and even arrogant at times towards his other kin maybe, thinking them as cowards when faced with the monster that was Galakrond. But in the end, Neltharion proved a capable leader and beacon for the other dragons. He would fight and protect Azeroth by any means, becoming as close as clutchmates alongside the other soon-to-be dragon aspects, especially with Malygos, whom he became rather close with. Being blessed by a titan of the Pantheon, Khaz'goroth, Neltharion had a huge affinity to the earth, and through this connection, he could shape and mold the earth as he pleased, and initially did so at the benefit of the other races of the world, facing off against anything that would threaten the balance of Azeroth, like the Vrykul, who took control of their predecessors, the Proto-Dragons, in the Winter Scorn War, which he aided alongside his fellow dragon aspects against. However, despite being well regarded as wise, strong, and intelligent, Neltharion's burden, his weight, to protect and safeguard the earth, began to take its toll on him. His very spirit began to unwaver as the Earth Warder. He began to slowly resent the charge the Titans had given him. This is probably the only real case for why Neltharion ultimately became Deathwing, of his own volition. For it was at this moment of weakness that the old gods started to take hold on his mind. For well over thousands of years, the old gods constantly whispered into Neltharion's mind, and turned him into one of their most devoted servants, a shell of his former glory. His connection to the earth only amplified his transformation into the being that would be known as Deathwing. Before unveiling himself as the Destroyer, he cobbled together the relic known as the Dragon Soul, and with the other Dragonflight's blessings, he would take their power from them and shortly use it on everyone and everything in Radius during the War of the Ancients, ultimately betraying his friends by the will of the old gods. His own body falling apart to showcase just how corrupted and how fallen he was from the inside and out. Now molded by the old gods, Deathwing would go on to unleash terror and destruction upon the face of Azeroth. There's a lot to be said of what he did as Deathwing. He created horrors, destroyed landscapes, ruined lives, all for the sake of the old gods. But Neltharion himself was well and truly gone by this point. Dead. Unfortunately, there was no out, no redemption for him, blasted away by the very relic he created, wielded by Thrall, and empowered by his former friends. And even if he had succeeded in his great and final cataclysm, his reward by the old gods was to impale his very body on Warmer's temple, a showing of just how much control Deathwing had in the end. None. To me, the story of Neltharion, of Deathwing, is just sad. A story of a great dragon who had once embodied the best of his kind, only to be forcibly turned against his very will into a tool bent on only destruction. Ultimately, Deathwing was and is a dragon that had no choice in his fall to corruption, which in my eyes makes him one of the saddest villains in Warcraft. It's not all doom and gloom though, at least for his legacy, as his creations, both the Drekthir and the Black Dragonflight, can still embody the good he once fostered, at least. I just really wanted to talk and express this bit of Neltharion's lore, as I do think it does get forgotten about, or at least misremembered. Deathwing was certainly not as beloved as other villains, but I think that the sad nature of his story makes him far more compelling, and I hope over the years people start to appreciate him more than they did in his own expansion of Cataclysm, which I do think could have been handled a teensy bit better. But what do you all think of Deathwing? Do you feel bad for him? Are there other villains you think are far more deserving of our pity? Let me know of your thoughts down below. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and all that jazz. Also, come on and join us on the Discord, where we talk about all sorts of stuff and things. And if you like me enough, you can also support me on my Patreon, as it does help me a lot in making these kinds of videos. But until next time, my friends,